Writer-director Sofia Coppola has won an Oscar and a slew of other awards over her distinguished career. Yet her latest project is something new, her first documentary. The subject? Her longtime friend, fashion designer Marc Jacobs. Together, they're in conversation with Anthony Mason.
At the Museum of Modern Art in New York this past week.
Walking in and seeing the poster.
It's surreal, right?
Yeah, I'm like, oh my God, it's a real thing.
I know.
Marc Jacobs and Sofia Coppola showed off their latest collaboration.
We're so thrilled to have our premiere in New York at MoMA.
We're always looking for something that we're interested in or excited by, right? And then you can't kind of find inspiration that way. You kind of have to be doing something and you have like some kind of connection to it.
In the new documentary, Marc By Sofia, and the accompanying book,
Somebody find me Joseph.
the film director follows the fashion designer as he prepares his 2024 collection.
This is your first documentary.
Yes, I wasn't planning on making one, and it was really fun to do something.
It was an offer you couldn't refuse?
Yeah, yes.
They've been friends for more than 30 years now.
What to do for pleasure?
When I was living in Paris after Marie Antoinette, Marc was working there, so we spent time in Paris. We had a Paris chapter, so we have lots of memories.
Yes.
Yeah. As collaborators, they've been in bed together, literally.
At one point weren't you in ads for?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Fragrance.
All those Jurgen
yeah.
ads. And clothes.
I know, I forgot about
Yeah.
that. We have
Jurgen Teller photographed her for Jacobs' perfume and fashion lines.
Yeah.
It's funny, my daughter, she saw that somewhere and she was like, this is the best look. Yeah. I always love what Marc's doing, and I feel like I could always go to him with a major event that I had, and I always knew he would make me something.
This is Sofia Coppola's first Academy Award.
Coppola wore a Marc Jacobs dress in 2004 when she won her Oscar for Best Original Screenplay for Lost in Translation.
Where do you think you got your instincts as a director and as a filmmaker?
Oh, that's a good question. I don't know. I think I've always been really inspired by photography, and there's nothing I love more than being in a bookstore with photo books. And so I always start with photo references.
For 12 weeks in 2024, Coppola followed Jacobs with a small crew.
Yeah, it was me and my brother the first day, and then I had just a little camera myself.
Yeah.
There's some shaky camera work that I'm a little embarrassed about.
I said, which arms go forward and which arms go behind.
She focused on the designer's creative process.
I remember the stockings, like this whole meeting of the intense focus on the shade of the color of two different shades that looked the same to me. And it was just really interesting, all the focus, all the details.
And next, a trio of fabulous sweaters by Marc Jacobs.
Some of the archival footage she uncovered surprised even Jacobs.
I think that Parsons thing I don't remember ever seeing.
I love seeing your fashion show at Parsons with the models.
Jacobs was named Student Designer of the Year at the Parsons School of Design in 1984.
When I saw that footage, I thought, oh, he already knew where he wanted to go.
Oh, I definitely knew where I wanted to go. That was for sure. I didn't know how I was going to get there, but...
The sweaters he designed at Parsons were later produced by Charivari, a chain of New York boutiques, and highlighted in the New York Times.
It featured Jean-Paul Gaultier's big tapestry sweater and my, op art sweaters.
Yeah.
So that was like the biggest deal. Like, oh my God, I'm in the New York Times and I'm sharing a page with Jean-Paul Gaultier as the two big oversized sweaters to own. Like, these were the two.
Yeah.
So that was like huge, huge, huge for me.
Jacobs was made creative director at Perry Ellis in 1992. His now landmark grunge show brought the new real aesthetic to the runway.
It was just me, like, kind of getting to that place where I'm going to do what I like and I don't really care what anybody thinks.
Yeah.
And I do care what people think, but I guess I didn't care what the people at Perry Ellis thought.
So how did you feel about the reaction?
I kind of loved it.
Grunge is ghastly, the British fashion critic Susie Menkes declared. The outfits, the New York Times said, looked like they were put together with the eyes closed in a very dark room.
I think I liked being the bad boy. I think it was fun to be the subject of such conversation. And then it was also getting to that place where I'd like to be loved and hated. Like, I don't really care about this middle ground. I've been doing the middle ground for 2 years and nobody's satisfied.
In 1997, Jacobs moved to Louis Vuitton and injected new life into the staid luxury brand.
I thought about Duchamp and how he defaced the Mona Lisa with a mustache. And it was like really this great punk idea in art, which was like to deface something to show it no respect. So I thought, well, I've got this monogram here at Louis Vuitton, which is like, you know, that's its thing. That's its American flag. It's Mickey Mouse.
So he reached out to designer Steven Sprouse.
And I invited him to deface the monogram with his graffiti in a very Duchamp-like manner. And that was the beginning of me finding my groove.
Marc By Sofia had its world premiere at the Venice Film Festival last fall.
And it was really fun to be there with Marc because you had never been to the film festival and taking the boats. And
it was much nicer than I thought the experience would be.
I read you were a little nervous about how you were going to be judged, I think.
Always. You know, I live and work to show my work, but then it's so frightening to show work. But like, showing the work is part of the work in a way. Like, you're not doing it for yourself, so you are kind of doing it for other people.
Yeah.
I felt totally the same way. Like, why do I put myself through this? But then you make it because you're excited to share it.
How did you feel when you watched the film?
I remember having this reaction of like, I didn't hate myself at the end of the movie, which is what I guess my real fear was, that I wouldn't like the person that I saw. And I really did feel like I liked that person, you know, and that's kind of a big deal for me.
Oh, I'm so glad. Mission accomplished.